everybody? JT Dangerously once again. I am back for my Week 11 college football predictions. Now, after a crazy and wild Week 10, we are now into Week 11 of the college football season. Now, our record, finishing up a crazy and wild Week 10, we went once again 5-5. So our overall record coming into this week is 69-31. So it's not a winning record. We're still looking for our first winning record since Week 8. So it's not a losing record. It's a non-winning record, but I am very confident and hopeful that I will get back on the winning track and get a winning record this week. Hopefully. Now, before I begin, I do want to thank you guys so very much for watching all the videos up until this point, especially last week's college football predictions. You guys blew it up as always with over 471 views. You guys super kicked that like button 9 times, and you guys representing your team, representing your opinions, and representing your picks in 88 comments. So again, I do want to thank you guys so very much for doing that. Representing your team is, as always, super kicking that like button and watching the video. So again, thank you guys so very much for doing that. And hopefully in this video, you will do the same by showing your support by watching the video, super kicking that like button, and as always, representing your team, representing your picks, and representing your opinions in the comments section. Now, we are at 250 plus subscribers now on the channel, so I do want to thank you guys so very much for watching. To new subscribers, thank you guys for super kicking that subscribe button, and welcome to the Dangerous Alliance. It is great to have you guys here, and to my longtime subscribers, thank you guys for sticking around, supporting the channel, and as always, killing it. Now, this is your first time watching my channel as a first-time viewer, and this is your first video. Welcome to the Dangerous Alliance. I am JT Dangerously, and welcome to the club, because this club is whoop whoop. Again, thank you guys so very much. Other than that, let's get right into these Week 11 college football predictions. Now, we're going to do this a little bit differently this week because ESPN College Pick'ems did not give me my picks for this week. I chose 10 random games to predict, so I hope you guys do enjoy this little bit of a change. Now, let's start off with the first matchup. It is on Friday night. I'm doing my first Friday night prediction this week. It is a Pac-12 showdown featuring the number 9th ranked Washington Huskies heading to Stanford to face the Stanford Cardinals. Now, the Washington Huskies are coming off a huge win over Oregon on Saturday. They're coming in 8-1 on top of the Pac-12 North. Jake Browning's having a heck of a year. Chris Peterson, their coach, is just making this Washington Huskies team another big-time powerhouse like he did at Boise State. And they're looking to continue their dominance in the Pac-12 South. Then on the other side, you have the Stanford Cardinals. They're coming in 6-3. They definitely lost a lot of momentum last week. I think they had another loss. Bryce Love did not look good in their game on Saturday. They just did not look good, and Bryce Love definitely knocked himself right out of the Heisman Trophy race. So coming from me in this matchup on Friday night in a Pac-12 showdown. Man, this one's really tough. Stanford is really good. Stanford is a really good team, but this Washington team, a lot of people are looking past them. So coming from me in this matchup, I am taking the number 9th ranked Washington Huskies to defeat the Stanford Cardinals on Friday night. And now the next matchup. It is an SEC battle, and it's the battle for the Golden Boot, featuring the Arkansas Razorbacks heading to one of the two Death Valleys, to face the LSU Tigers. Now, this is the 63rd meeting between the LSU Tigers and the Arkansas Razorbacks, with LSU leading the all-time series 38-22-2. Now, LSU won the last meeting last year, and the Hogs haven't won in this meeting in 2 years. Now, starting off with Arkansas, they're coming off a very surprising come-from-behind win over Coastal Carolina, of all teams. They were down, and they had to come back in the fourth quarter to get it done. So to say this team is very sketchy right now, that they couldn't blow out a Coastal Carolina team, is a huge understatement. And being in the SEC West with teams like Bama, Auburn, Mississippi State, Texas A&M, Arkansas is definitely just looking to get 6 wins to get bowl eligible. Then on the other side, you have the LSU Tigers, who are coming off a very tough loss to the Alabama Crimson Tide on Saturday night. Again, they got 10 points on them, but Alabama was just a stronger team. And LSU is having a pretty solid season. They're already bowl eligibles, and Ed Orgeron is having a pretty solid year in his first year coaching the LSU Tigers. So coming from me in the battle for the Golden Boot, man, this is in Death Valley. You know that crowd's going to be rocking. It's going to be shaking. So coming from me, I am taking the LSU Tigers to defeat the Arkansas Razorbacks. Tigers! And now the next matchup, a huge Big Ten rivalry battle featuring the number 13th ranked Michigan State Spartans heading to Columbus to face the now number 11th ranked Ohio State Buckeyes. Now, this is the 46th meeting between Sparty and the Buckeyes, with the Buckeyes leading the all-time series 30-15. Now, Ohio State won the last meeting last year, and Sparty is looking to win against Ohio State for the first time in 2 years. Now, to say both these teams went from the highest of highs to even the lowest of lows is an understatement. Michigan State coming off a huge win at home over the Penn State Nittany Lions. Mark D'Antoni is having one heck of a year this year. They're coming in 7-2. They're right in the race in the Big Ten East to see who will make it to the Big Ten championship. And Sparty is looking to knock off another huge Big Ten team. Then on the other side, you have the number 11 Buckeyes, who are coming off their worst loss this season over the Iowa Hawkeyes. Now, when I said, wouldn't it be crazy if Iowa beat the Buckeyes? Well, it happened, people. And Iowa put a 50-burger on them. Nobody expected that. Not even an Iowa. One of my good friends, the College Football Dojo, didn't even expect Iowa to blow out Ohio State. And now J.T. Barrett had his worst game, definitely knocked him out of the Heisman Trophy race. And Ohio State is looking to try to finish up the season on a high note after losing 2 straight. Now, so coming from me in this Big Ten rivalry battle, this one's tough. Knowing Ohio State, they're going to be looking for revenge after getting embarrassed on the road against Iowa. So coming from me, I'm going to take the number 11th ranked Ohio State Buckeyes to defeat the number 13th ranked Michigan State Spartans. OHIO. And now the next matchup, a Big 12 battle featuring the number 12th ranked Oklahoma State Cowboys heading to Ames to face the number 24th ranked Iowa State Cyclones. Now, the Oklahoma State Cowboys are coming off a shootout, a war against my Oklahoma Sooners in Bedlam on Saturday. It was a high-scoring game, and like I said, Big 12 conference is all about a lot of offense, no defense, and this game was amazing. This was one of my favorite games this week. Mason Rudolph had a great game, but he just fell a little bit short against my Oklahoma Sooners, and they're looking to rebound against another great Big 12 team. Then on the other side, you have the now 24th ranked Iowa State Cyclones, who are coming off a very surprising loss to the West Virginia Mountaineers. They are still the darlings of the Big 12 conference, but losing to West Virginia definitely dropped them a little bit in making it to the Big 12 championship. Now, Iowa State has already knocked off some great teams this season. They've knocked out us, they knocked out my Sooners, they've knocked out TCU, and they're looking to add the Oklahoma State Cowboys to their perennial hit list. So, coming from me in this Big 12 battle, man, this one's really, really tough. I'm going to take Mason Rudolph and the number 12th ranked Oklahoma State Cowboys to defeat the number 24th ranked Iowa State Cyclones. And now the next matchup, another huge Big 12 conference game between two top 5 teams. It is the number 8th ranked TCU Horned Frogs heading to Norman to face my favorite team in college football, the number 5th ranked Oklahoma Sooners. Now, TCU is coming off a huge win over Texas on Saturday. Again, Texas is getting better, but TCU was just a better team, and TCU is looking to knock off another perennial top team in the Big 12 to inch closer and closer to a Big 12 championship berth. Now, with Kenny the Trill Hill, he is looking to knock off a huge competitor and knock off a top 5 team in the top 25. Then on the other side, you have the Oklahoma Sooners are coming off a huge win against Oklahoma State in Bedlam in a shootout. It was over 1,100 points scored in that game, and Oklahoma had over 785 total yards against that game. Amazing. And Baker Mayfield had his game. He is now the Heisman winner. He is the Heisman guy to beat right now, because I don't think anybody's going to even stop this kid. He's having one hell of a year, and I wouldn't be surprised if he wins the Heisman this year. Lincoln Riley's having a fantastic first year as the Oklahoma Sooners coach, taking over Bob Stoops. But this is a huge game. This will definitely tell us who's going to be in the Big 12 championship between these two. So coming from me in this huge Big 12 matchup to see who will represent one half of the Big 12 championship. Again, TCU is a good team, but you're playing at Norman. I'm taking my number 5th ranked Oklahoma Sooners to beat a very good TCU team in a slobber knocker. Boomer Sooner. And now the next matchup, an ACC battle featuring the Florida State Seminoles heading to Death Valley to face the number 4th ranked Clemson Tigers. Now this is the 31st meeting between Clemson and Florida State, with Florida State leading the all-time series 20-10. Now Clemson has won the last 10 meetings in this rivalry, and FSU is looking to win for the first time in 3 years. Now starting off with Florida State, they're coming in 3-5. They're still looking to try to get 3 more wins to get bowl eligible. Jimbo Fisher is definitely having a rough year this year without DeAndre Francois as quarterback after the first game. So they've been going with their backup quarterback, and they're just looking for something, a spark, anything. And what could be a bigger win to knock off maybe the best team in the ACC? Then on the other side, you have the number 4th ranked Clemson Tigers are coming off a huge win against a very good NC State team, and they're perennially now a lock to win, make it to the ACC championship with that win. They looked good. Brian, their quarterback, had a great game. Dabo Swinney was making those smart calls, and they're coming in as one of the 4 teams in the college football playoffs. So they're looking to continue and bolster their team into the college football playoffs. So coming from me in this ACC rivalry battle, again, I wouldn't even be surprised if Florida State comes out balls out in this game. But coming from me, I am taking the number 4th ranked Clemson Tigers to defeat the Florida State Seminoles. And now the next matchup, a huge Big 10 battle, and it's for the Heartland Trophy. It is the number 25th ranked Iowa Hawkeyes heading to Madison to face the number 6th ranked Wisconsin Badgers. Now this is the 91st meeting between Iowa and Wisconsin, with the Badgers leading the all-time series 45-43-2. And the Badgers won the last series last year, and Iowa's looking to win in this series for the first time in 2 years. Now Iowa's coming off a huge win this year in this year's college football season, knocking off the Ohio State Buckeyes, putting up 55 points against a very good Ohio State Buckeyes team. So they're coming in hot. They're already bowl eligible at 6-3. They're ranked at 25, and they're looking to knock off another perennial Big 10 juggernaut in Wisconsin. And then on the other side, you have the Wisconsin Badgers, who are coming in 9-0, very underrated. A lot of people don't talk about Wisconsin as much as they should, being in the Big 10 East. But Big 10 West, But this team is really good. You can't hate on this team. They have a great offense. They have a great defense. They put up big time numbers every week. So coming from me in the battle for the Heartland Trophy, again, I wouldn't be surprised Iowa does another upset over Wisconsin. But I'm going to go with the number 6 ranked Wisconsin Badgers to defeat the number 25th ranked Iowa Hawkeyes. And now the next matchup, a big SEC West battle featuring the number 1 team in the nation right now, the Georgia Bulldogs, heading to Jordan-Hare Stadium to face the Auburn Tigers. Now, the Georgia Bulldogs are coming off a big win on Saturday against South Carolina. They're coming in 9-0. This team is perennial, going to win the SEC East this year, and they're going to be representing the East against, looks like, maybe Alabama in the SEC Championship in Atlanta. But this Georgia team is pretty damn impressive. They deserve to be the number 1 team in the world right now. Jake Fromm's having a great year. Nick Chubb is having a great year on the ground, and this team is a perennial juggernaut. So they're looking to continue the winning ways in Athens. Then on the other side, you have the Auburn Tigers, who are coming in 7-2. Gus Malzahn's having a pretty solid year, and he's looking to knock off another huge SEC team. Hey, he's done it before. He beat Bama in the Iron Bowl. He has a great chance to knock off another fantastic SEC team. So coming from me in this SEC battle, Jordan-Hare Stadium again. It's a perennial madhouse when it comes to Auburn. Again, I think Auburn could win this game if Cam Newton was still there. But coming from me in this matchup, I'm taking the number 1 team, the Georgia Bulldogs, to defeat the Auburn Tigers. And now the next matchup, and it's maybe the biggest matchup of this week's Week 11, and of course College Game Day is going to be there this week. It is the rivalry known as Catholics versus Convicts, featuring the number 3 ranked Notre Dame Fighting Irish heading to Miami to face the red-hot and number 7th ranked Miami Hurricanes. Now, this is the 27th meeting between the U and the Fighting Irish, with Notre Dame leading the all-time series 17-7. Now, Notre Dame has won the last 4 meetings against Miami, and Miami's looking to win against Notre Dame in this rivalry for the first time in nearly 28 years. Same year as my birthday, 1989. So Miami has been waiting a long time to end this rivalry. Now, starting off with the Notre Dame Fighting Irish, they're coming off a huge win against Wake Forest on Saturday. They're looking good again. I did not even expect Notre Dame to be this good after the Georgia game. I thought they were going to just falter and slump after the Georgia loss, but they're persevering. They're getting it done. Even with a smug coach like Brian Kelly, he is coaching a hell of a good team in South Bend. Then on the other side, you have the number 7th ranked Miami Hurricanes, who of course defeated the Virginia Tech Hokies on Saturday again. I was wrong in picking against them. I know some of my Miami Hurricanes fans were not happy. I picked against Miami, but again, I was wrong, and they proved me wrong, and they're having one hell of a season. The turnover chain was off the chain in that Virginia Tech game. Rozier had a great game. Delvin Homer had a great game on the ground, and this Miami U team is definitely should be a lock to win the ACC Atlantic. So coming from me in this matchup, and this is the toughest game I have to pick this week. This is the toughest because I picked against Miami last week and I paid for it, and it cost me a winning record. So coming from me in this huge rivalry between the Catholics versus the Convicts, man, this one's really tough. This one's the toughest pick. As much as I'm happy Notre Dame is getting better, this being at Miami, that crowd is going to be rocking. The only good team in Miami right now, other than Central Florida, is the Miami Hurricanes. So coming from me, I'm going to take the U to the number 7th ranked Miami Hurricanes to defeat the number 3 ranked Notre Dame Fighting Irish. The U. And now the final matchup to finish up my Week 11 picks. It is a SEC battle featuring the number 2nd ranked Alabama Crimson Tide heading to Starksville, Mississippi to face the number 18th ranked Mississippi State Bulldogs. Now the Alabama Crimson Tide are coming off a huge win over LSU on the road. I think it was on the road, or I think it was at Tuscaloosa. They looked good. They're looking to continue their dominance in the SEC West with a few games left to go, and then we get to the Iron Bowl with Auburn, which is going to be classic. That's going to be one game I'm going to be predicting in Week 14. But Bama's coming in. They're looking to make a statement that they should be the number 1 team in the nation, but Georgia is a very good team. Then on the other side, you have the Mississippi State Bulldogs are coming in 7-2. They're having a great year. Nick Fitzgerald is having one heck of a year at quarterback. And Mississippi State is looking to knock off a pretty damn good SEC team. So coming from me in this final matchup of Week 11, I'm going to take the number 2 ranked Alabama Crimson Tide to defeat the number 18th ranked Mississippi State Bulldogs. Roll Tide! And those are my Week 11 college football predictions. I hope you guys did enjoy these predictions today. Comment below, who do you have winning all of the matchups this week in college football. As always, represent your team in the comment section below. Voice your opinions as always. I always like to have conversations with you guys, and as always, put your picks up in the comment section as well. Let's have a conversation about them. I'm always on to see your comment, like it, and of course, reply right back to you. These comments are absolutely always welcome on this channel, and I do want to thank you guys so very much for watching this week's college football predictions. Now, before you go, you can never forget to do this. That like button, comment, share with your friends. Of course, super kick that like button like only you guys can. And of course, you can never forget to do this as well. That subscribe button, become part of this bigger and dangerous alliance. And I will see you guys next week for 3 videos Monday, 2 videos Tuesday. Later days and peace.